This is the Mind Maze. In this video, I'm going to talk about how and why I made it, and how and why this helps kids with disabilities, as well as improving fine motor movements, fine motor functions, as well as visual and spatial awareness, and problem solving. So stick around and find out how this might be able to help you. Goodbye, and good luck. So this is the Mind Maze. It's a fairly simple concept. It is a maze. You have a piece that you have to get from one side to the other. But there's not one end. There's 4 different ends that you could possibly end up at. The reason for this is this allows for a wider variation of possibilities, as well as some other things that could benefit kids. So let's get into it. So first off, this, I want to call it a fidget toy, but it's more of just a fidget product. But we're going to call it a fidget toy, and we're going to just stick with it. So this fidget toy helps with controlled precision to help train kids to using a guide tool to get along the path to wherever their destination is, while improving control, steadiness, and grip feedback. So this little square here, my goal is to add different attachments to this that fit and you can use. So one of them is going to be a sphere. One of them is going to be just a straight up stick. There's going to be a little attachment that looks like a pencil. So there's a lot of different ways you can go about adding in to improve / offer variability to this kind of multi-functional toy. So it also helps with visual motor integration. Kids need to visually plan their movements while executing it with fine motor coordination. So if you want to go to C, you have to be able to kind of plan out where you want to go and how you want to get there. Luckily, it's not super complex, so it allows for kind of a winging it approach as you're going along, but still, that quick decision making can help improve a ton more things besides just solving a maze. So it helps with problem solving and motor skills combo. So if you say the A to C, or if you wanted to spell something, so you want to say bad, B-A-D, you can go boom, up, and then over, and you spell bad. So this blends brain work with handwork for the perfection of building executive functioning tools and abilities. So it also allows for customizable difficulty. So you can create multiple mazes and swap out pieces for different grips, like I talked about before. And then you can also add a different mazes, as well as you could add blockers as well, where it means that they have to find a different way to go through. So if they keep going one way, you put a blocker there, it means they have to go a different way. So it's kind of cool. So then there's also just multiple different ways you can use this. So one way is just going along and going to every single letter. You could also do a time challenge, so you can see how fast can you get from A to C. You also can spell words. I think for the final, I'm going to add little tabs that you could put in different letters so that you can have more vowels, more consonants, and kind of be able to spell out words. Or you could have it like the old phones where you have 6 letters per like button, and then you have to go to this 6 different times, and so it allows for that variability, as well as you can also add different mazes as well. So that kind of is a cool function of it. So some of the cons of this though is if you give it to a younger child, it might be too mentally demanding. So the kids might actually not develop while they're doing this. And it might be too hard where they give up, or they don't want to go through with it, or they just simply dislike it and don't even try, which is not good. So especially if you did like the time trials, you could put so much pressure on a child that it might not work out good. And so being able to kind of pick what you want to do kind of allows for the best of the best. So also hand fatigue, since you're only using your hand on this, your hand could cramp. They could end up doing something with their hand, or if it's a very unfortunate event where something happened when they were born or in the years leading up to them interacting with this maze where they lost their hands or something happened, that you wouldn't be able to use this. So that's kind of a sucky problem. There might be ways to improve this where you could use your mind that sounds bad. Not telekinesis, like using a computer to do the maze or using your feet. Not telekinesis. So, or it just might be visually overwhelming, and some kid could just look at this and be like, I absolutely have no idea how to get from A to C. And again, you're done with it. So kind of the best age range for this product would be 5 to 10, because they developed enough where they understand what's going on, they find it semi-fun, but it's also not too difficult, but it's also not too easy where they're like, yeah, I did it in 2 seconds. Is this supposed to be hard? So kind of gotta determine and test how smart your child actually is. So some of the disabilities it could help with is autism, just for the reinforced calmness and structured tracking tasks. Some ADHD, because you kind of got to focus on this enough to be able to do it. And so it could allow you to slow down, finish it. There's also a goal in mind. If you got to get to A to C, that's a goal. You finish the goal, boom, done. So that kind of helps. Cerebral palsy as well, just improving your range of motion and precision, so that you're not, it's a slow way to train it, where can you get to A to B quick, and then you want to go a little quicker next time, and then you just train your mind to go faster, more precise, and then you're driving Lamborghinis. I don't know how that works, but yeah. Then also it can help with some development delays, so you can customize the groove and handles to offer some tiring entry points. So if you want to make it where they just have a straight line, you could customize this where it's a straight line, and you can kind of accompany a lot of different learning stages with this product. So that's my big ol' spiel. I understand I do sound like an infomercial. I'm not. I'm just trying to show and give examples of how this product might be able to help children. And then I just want to ask for your help, because I want to make these the best I can. And so whatever that is that I'm not seeing, I kind of need your guys' help. So if you don't mind helping, please leave a comment. Let me know what you think. And here's the 3D printed part. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. So I heavily underestimated the size of this. This is the part you're supposed to put in the maze. I completely screwed up. I'm going to fix the sizing of this. So I'm using a magnet here because honestly it's the only thing that could fit. Big mistake. But as you see, you turn it and it follows the path and then satisfy. So my bad.